I want you to listen carefully, because what I'm about to say is the truth you already know deep inside but keep running from. Your greatest enemy, your most dangerous opponent, isn't the world, it isn't the economy, it isn't your parents, it isn't your friends, and it isn't even your haters. It's you. You sabotage yourself more effectively than anyone else could ever dream of doing, and the worst part? You don't even notice it while you're doing it. You tell yourself lies, you make excuses, you waste precious time, you let distractions eat you alive, and then at the end of the day, you sit there wondering why your life hasn't changed. I know this battle. I've lived it. I've watched myself choose comfort over growth, distraction over discipline, excuses over execution. I've caught myself procrastinating on assignments I knew mattered. I've seen myself let fear disguise itself as later. And I've realized that every single time I lost momentum, every time I failed to honor my commitments, it wasn't because the world was too hard. It was because I got in my own way. You know exactly what I mean. You've done it too. You say you want greatness, but you keep scrolling. You say you want success, but you keep sleeping in. You say you want freedom, but you keep wasting your energy complaining about things you could change. And here's the brutal truth. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your boss, not your friends, not even God if you won't move your own feet. Faith without work is nothing. Dreams without action are empty. Talk without execution is just noise. And every second you let slip away while you binge on distractions, you are silently voting against your own future. You want to know why most people never break out of mediocrity? It's not because they lack talent. Talent is everywhere. It's because they let themselves be pulled apart by the noise of the world. Algorithms, endless notifications, shallow entertainment, fake urgency. Every single day, the world is at war for your attention, and most of you are losing. Not because you're weak, but because you refuse to fight. If you want your dream, you've got to cut the noise. You've got to be ruthless with your focus. You've got to stand up and say, no more. Not today. Not my mind. Not my time. Do you think champions are built by accident? Do you think self-made millionaires just lucked into their success? Every one of them went through a season of isolation, of sacrifice, of laser-sharp focus. They weren't out partying. They weren't glued to their phones. They weren't looking for shortcuts. They were working. They were training. They were building. They were obsessed. And that's why they win. That's why they dominate. Listen to me carefully. You don't get rewards before the work. The only place success comes before work is in the dictionary. If you want it, you've got to earn it. And you earn it by doing the work every single day, whether you feel like it or not. Control what you can control. Stop crying about the weather. Stop blaming circumstances. Stop acting like the universe owes you anything. You don't control the rain, the snow, the temperature, or the economy, but you do control your habits. You do control your attitude. You do control your effort. You do control your consistency. You can control when you go to bed. You can control when you wake up. You can control whether you show up on time. You can control whether you finish what you start. You can control whether you push yourself when nobody's watching. You can control whether you do the small things right. And here's the secret. The small things are never small. They add up, they multiply, they compound into greatness. You've been lying to yourself by thinking big things are what matter most. Wrong. Fall in love with the small. Fall in love with every second, every minute, every hour of discipline. If you can master the now, if you can dominate the next 24 hours, if you can execute on today with ruthless precision, the big will come chasing after you. But if you keep neglecting the small, you'll never touch the big. Let me ask you something. What state are you in right now? Are you fully alive, focused, pumped, locked in, breathing with intensity, thinking with clarity? Or are you slouched, distracted, half asleep, scrolling endlessly, waiting for life to hand you something? Your state determines your results. Your energy dictates your destiny. If your state is weak, your life will be weak. If your state is strong, your life will become unstoppable. Every day you wake up, you've got power inside you, but power without direction is wasted. You let your mind scatter in 1,000 directions, thinking about things that don't matter, obsessing over opinions, drowning in negativity. And then you wonder why you feel stuck. Focus is your weapon, discipline is your shield, and consistency is your sword. Put them together, and nothing can stop you. Here's the truth. Mastery doesn't come from one big move. It comes from daily, relentless improvement. If you pick one thing, focus on it with everything you have, and demand progress every single day, you will master it. Period. That's not motivational fluff, that's reality. Weakness of attention is the only limitation you have, and that weakness is a choice. You can choose to strengthen it, but stop chasing perfection. It doesn't exist. Instead, master the art of perfecting the day. Perfect the 24 hours in front of you. Perfect the minutes, the moments, the seconds. Stack up perfect days, and before you know it, you'll look back and realize you've built something extraordinary. Progress is always possible. Better is always available. But only if you own the now. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, don't just drift into the day. Command it. Take it. Own it. Do what you didn't do yesterday. Do what you failed to do last week. Do what you avoided last year. Take responsibility for the now, every minute, every hour, every day. Stack them, perfect them, protect them, because this is the formula. This is the difference between people who dream and people who achieve. I'm not asking you to play small anymore. I'm demanding you step up, fall in love with the grind, fall in love with the process, fall in love with doing the work nobody claps for. Because that's where champions are made. That's where greatness is born.